Hello traders, and interesting day with the Fed. Nothing cooking until the Fed came out and did their bit. This is the pound yen on a 60-minute chart. I was looking for this area to fail here, and so I actually got short somewhere here, and I unfortunately just got caught and I zapped it up, so I got stopped out on that one. I gave profits back from a trade I did on the Dow. If we look at the 2-minute chart, well, I can illustrate it here on the 60-minute chart. Basically, what happened was, basically it ran into this R1. So it looked to me as if this bar here was going to see this coming up. So I did actually go long here. Got a small 5. I managed my stop, moved my stop up. Got a 5-point stop out. And then when I saw it break down here, I just went short and took it off down here and left it. So I did sort of tiny 5-point stop out, and then I got the run. On a day like this, when you've got this much volatility, I will flip a trade because it's a tricky time. It needs a good sort of experienced hand in that. Unfortunately, my room wasn't functioning properly. I may need to revert back to the previous provider if that's not going to work out. But anyway, let's now just go through a couple of the dailies. I don't want to do a massive long video here. Let's keep it nice and succinct, nice and short. This is the Dow on the daily. So we've hit today. We broke up through the previous high on 19th September and came down, but we've not engulfed it. So I would expect a deeper retrench, maybe to 15,500, before we start to resume an uptrend. But I have to, we are struggling up here. This is a lot of resistance. We may need a deeper pullback for that one to come into play. But if you look at the stocks, I did a decent scan of stocks this morning, and a lot of good stocks out there. But I do think if we would have closed underneath this pivot level here, where are we? This was Sunday's open. So we're still holding Sunday's open. So if we come down here and touch this pivot here, this monthly pivot, I think we can then move up. But I am cautious of the fact this is a red bar. I just think we got a little extended up here, and we could well be seeing another move up. I think we're getting into an area like this area here, where a decent move up. Started to get a little shallow move here, so they pull it back to support before legging up. So I think that's what we're doing here. We've got a nice channel which is holding. I think we'll come out of that channel, get bought, and then resume an uptrend. But I will keep you on full alert. So let's look at the pound US dollar daily. Fascinating chart. We've effectively got a hammer-like bar, or certainly a hesitant bar on that monthly S2. So we come underneath this. This is the 162.50 area. 164 is the 2013 highs. We've come down and tested this area down here. I think we might come down here and touch this pivot before resuming an uptrend. And if we get back up here, I think we'll bust through. I think we will get through 164 there. We'll at least test 164. This is the best chart. There's a chart I was trying to short. Here's the trend line down here, which we tested yesterday. I was shorting it because we were underneath this resistance area here, looking to see if this could roll over. But in fact, we've closed higher, so I've got to keep buying pullback. So pullback to 750, 760. See if we can at least retest that area up there before pushing for 160. Pound Aussie dollar is a nice chart. Let's look at this. We're sitting on this massive area here, sitting on this 169. for 169.30. So I think that will, if we break 167, I think we're going back to the highs. I think this is just a potential lower side of a W. Yeah, this was a resistance. We're now got a hammer on this level here, so if we can break that, then I would expect that to push up. Let's look at the CAD yen. This featured very extensively in my Sunday video. We're only eking out a small number of points at the moment, but eking out we are. There's all the support. I like that hammer on the 200. So we're 93 down here. We're 94 now. I still think that's a pullback candidate for us to get up to 95 plus. And if we break, sorry, that's not a very good line. If we break this area here, this is the major baseline. It's higher low from here. If we can close above 95.20, I think we'll get up to here and possibly even higher, possibly up to 98. Euro. Let's look at the euro. Yeah. So I think this is, we've come down to almost test that hammer. And if we shuffle sideways, I think we can resume the move towards 138 and 140. Oil is still weak. It's just not doing it. Seasonally, this is typical. And so I actually thought we were going to hold 97.50 area here and push for 100. But this looks as if we could come all the way down to 95 the next stop, which we're not far off from. And then obviously we've got 93 down here. So it's a nice rollover pattern, which to be honest, I've not done much with. Nice rejection here, breakdown wedge, descending triangle, pull back, and then we breach this area here, and then we just roll over. Massive consolidation period here, and we finally break down, we get a decent lay down. So we're just channeling, we're just wading to the downside. Okay, so I'm just very interested in the pound yen now and the CAD yen. Have a quick look at the Aussie and then we'll leave it. That's the stopping bar on the support. Keep an eye on that, because if that closes back above 95, I think that will survive. I think that will probably shuffle sideways a bit and go back to test 98. So look at the fibs on that. Decent fib support here, 94.40, just underneath it. May just pause and 50%. We'll put it at 93.25. Keep an eye on that, but I like the yen pairs much better. I think the yen pairs are great. CAD yen and pound yen are my favourite. Alright, before I go, I just look at a couple of quick stocks. And Domino's is not doing it. It's really suffering, isn't it? So I think, yeah, that's the area where we need to hold. There's a big box. Here's the box. If we come back, I think this could be 3 and through. If we can hold here and start to close above 600, I think we'll burst through that. So 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts, could be 4, could be the punch through. If that's the case, I think we'll pull back and then run to at least fill this gap. So if you're in it, sit tight. but just manage your stop. And Barclays, I think, is interesting. Ooh, I'd wait till that closed the gap, but I would look into that because I think Barclays is good. And Monaco inching sideways at the moment. I'm in that. I'm going to sit tight. I think that's got potential to break 95. Similar story. I think we are in a huge box. Been in it since June. We've had 1, 2, lower high, lower low. But we've come up here. We're running sideways. May get one last dip down before that pushes up. If it does push up, I think we'll rest on 94 and then come up to at least fill that gap. If it doesn't work out, I will manage my stop accordingly. So I'm going to move my stop to 86 now. Take the mile. Take was definitely suffering up there. A lot of resistance. Might come back to 772, at which point that will be a good place to buy. Alright, I will see you next update.